adjust this a little bit. So, the moon is at 34.2% illumination in the sign of Aquarius. So, you should be feeling pretty good. You should be feeling pretty much in your power, right? Feeling empowered. So, we're coming out of that first quarter moon energy. So, we're definitely in the beginning stages of a new cycle, kind of introducing ourselves to new ideas and ways of thinking and being. Alright, so we have Vesca Pisces. If you can tell by the imagery here, it's like the masculine and feminine universes or galaxies colliding, right? This is all about divine feminine, birthing and fertility, though, this card in particular. But birthing and fertility doesn't necessarily have to mean a physical baby, right? It can mean a project. It can mean a business opportunity, like something, creative, something that you're bringing to life. Then we have the Kabbalah Tree of Life. And this is all about integrating your life lessons and emanating them. This is about seeing how all the branches grow together, kind of looking at the way that, just looking at the tree, it kind of makes me think of that analogy that a tree's branches can't reach heaven without its roots growing, or a tree can't grow to heaven without its roots growing into hell, right? So it's like, as above, so below, That's kind of what I'm feeling from this. As within, so without. Your state of being on the inside is about to be manifested on the outside. So really think hard on the way that you are feeling on the inside. I'm going to use my Wonderland Tarot deck. This feels like a rabbit hole to me. Alright, so we have the Justice card in reverse, Libra energy, showing up right off the bat. And this is saying that in your recent past, something very unfair or unjust happened, right? This caused you to go inward. And from that inwardness, I see you are now at the point with the Hermit in reverse, right? Virgo energy. You're now at the point where you're ready to come out of your shell. You're ready to jump back on that horse, whatever that means. With the Queen of Swords in reverse also, Queen of Swords is your energy, right? But seeing it in the reverse, this is like the Queen of Swords is cold and calloused and just cutting everything off and just, brutal, right? And I see you, like, with that being in reverse, kind of allowing yourself to be, like, softened and maybe even a bit vulnerable, allowing yourself, like, not having all your guards all up and allowing yourself to experience something. With the Three of Swords in reverse, I see that you've had to heal from heartbreak, right? that's not easy for Aquarians. To go through heartbreak. It's, I don't know. I don't want to say that it's easy for anybody to go through heartbreak. Aquarians, though, they try to intellectualize the pain. They're like, if I name it, it's got a name and I've healed it, right? And that's not necessarily the way that it goes. You have to feel the feelings to heal the feelings, so there, with that hermit energy, I feel that it required you to feel your feelings. Like, you had to go into the depths. You had to, like, trudge through the mess and the muck of all your feelings and be like, you know what, this is it. I'm raw dogging feelings right now, and I'm just going to experience them, and that brings you to, like, a healing point. But it takes a lot for an Aquarius to be willing to feel their feelings, right? With the Five of Wands, there was a lot of internal conflict around this, right? There's a lot going on. This could even be like external conflicts, right? Coming from your irritability and your struggle of feeling the feelings, So it's like, feeling feelings is hard. And, what you've had to go through and what I'm seeing just from, like, first off, like, that's a lot. That's admirable that you're surviving it, right? And it's admirable still that you're willing to be open to a new way, right? To, like, bring down the sword, to allow yourself to be vulnerable again. With the Two of Wands, it's like you're opening up to a new path, and you see those mountains in the background. Those mountains are all the things that you had to overcome to get there. And he's got his compass in his hand, and he's like, you know what, I need a new direction, a new way. I can't go on, like, constantly, like, feeling some kind of way or being bitter about the past or whatever. And this new direction is leading straight to this Two of Cups. Two of Cups is, like, it's deep, right? This is a love connection. This is, like, a soulmate connection. This is two people willing to do what it takes to make something work, right? It's very, very dope. And it goes back to that Vesica Pisces, right? The masculine and feminine galaxies colliding. There's a union taking place. I feel like it's going to be in your near future. Because right now I still feel that there's a little bit of conflictedness about it. The Judgment card, I see that things are very intentional for you. Also, you could have experienced divorce. You don't necessarily have had to. It could be like a custody battle or some sort of court thing. You could have experienced that. But what I'm mostly seeing is that you're passing a judgment. You're making a decision here. Something that's kind of life-altering, because this is major arcana showing up. And it's like, this is a big deal for you. And the thing is like, it might not seem like a big deal to the people around you, because people are just throwing around their feelings like it's a fucking feeling fest out there. But for you, it's not so easy to just throw around your feelings like that. So I feel that this is going to be a lot harder for you to make certain decisions, to make a decision to go forward with this new partnership even. Oh shit, dog. We got the Lovers on top of this. The Lovers and the Two of Cups. This is a big one, right? The Lovers is represented by Gemini represents the Lovers, right? And Gemini is represented by the twins in tarot, or in astrology. And so seeing that this card is a major arcana. Major arcana represents major life-changing events. I feel that this could be like a twin flame union, right? This is definitely something karmic. You've known each other in past lives. There's a deep knowing, in this connection, like a familiarity. Like you're like, I know you, fool. And that's probably the reason why you're able to be vulnerable to it or open to it, because it is familiar, right? It's harder to open up to the unfamiliar. That's for dang sure. We have the Strength card in reverse, Leo energy. Leo is your polarity sign. Which is funny that it would show up right after the Lovers. Because lovers are a polarity of one another, right? The masculine and feminine energies intertwining, the yin, the yang, the Aquarius, the Leo, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Leo. I just thought that was a funny comparison, because if you look at any zodiac wheel, they're right across from each other, right? But it looks like somebody is struggling to have like courage or strength in a situation. Somebody is like combating some like internal things at this time. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this could be affecting their work, right? This could be affecting their creativity. They're all up in their head about you, Aquarius. That's what I'm seeing. Somebody is all up in their head. And it's kind of funny, though. It's like I'm seeing union before union takes place, because I'm also seeing the effects of, like, somebody's visualizing this hard. Somebody's manifesting this hard. It's like the more they think about you, the closer they manifest it. And they're not even aware, or they might be. I don't know. But it's like they can't focus on their work. They can't focus on like day-to-day shit. It's like right there in the forefront of their minds. And it's weird though that I would be seeing their struggle after I see the union. The reason I'm saying that is because I feel that the union is taking place on the inside before it takes place on the outside, if that makes sense, right? Like this understanding that you are like, that it is where things are headed, right? Knight of Wands, I see a message coming in, a communication. Wands is fire energy, dog. And I'm saying that because so is Leo. And I'm looking at that Strength card that came out right after the Lovers. And I'm just saying, it's pretty coincidental, eh? And I don't believe in coincidence. So, like, you definitely may be dealing with a Leo. But the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Fire, the Knight of honest communication, is rushing in to communicate something. Alright. And like I said, I'm seeing the union before it takes place. And then I'm seeing like the before the union happening. It's weird how this is happening, but it's like your connection transcends time and space, and that's the best way I can put that. Ten of Wands in reverse indicates that, like, somebody had to let go of a big burden, right? An emotional burden. They had to let go of something in order to, like, clear the path for something. They have to let go of whatever it is that's inhibiting them, right? Because, I mean, if you see all these wands, it's like weighing them down. And this fool's got to get to the castle, right? And he's never going to get to the castle if he's weighed down by all these wands or peppermills, right? So, in the reverse, that's the energy of releasing that. You know, releasing what holds you up, what holds them up. With the Hierophant, Taurus energy, I'm seeing a lot of learning and growing. I'm also seeing that you could be getting promoted, or perhaps starting a new business with the Hierophant card. We have Four of Wands, the marriage card, bro. Are you kidding me? What is happening? Okay, Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, so Four of Wands is the card of house and marriage and commitment, you know, those kinds of... So whatever's coming in for you is coming in for the long haul, basically. This isn't somebody who just, like, wants to sleep with you or waste your time. This is somebody who's, like, in it for, you know, they want to see you get old. They want to know what you look like in your little rocking chair, old as fuck, and they're gonna still be flirting with you. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on. They're not, like, coming in, like, with a superficial, like, oh, you're just hot, so I'm coming in. It's like, no, this is, like, they're thinking the long term. They're thinking, you know, this is, you know, something that transcends time and space. So they want to be there through that. We have Knight of Pentacles. I see a little competition coming in. They're coming in from all directions, right? I'm seeing the Knight of Wands coming in over here, the Knight of Pentacles coming in over here. Right? You got options, bro. But I think the options is like an illusion of options, because you know which one is the one, right? Amongst, I mean, a million suitors could line up to Prince Charming, and he still knew which fucking one Cinderella was, right? They could cut off all their feet all they want, all day long, and he still knew who Cinderella was. So there's, you know, that energy that, you know, you may get offers from more than one person. There's going to be one that sticks. The Fool in reverse tells me that you're not going to make any impulsive decisions, right? It's going to be very thought out. And it's like, even if these other offers come in first, you're not going to, like, jump on a whim, because I feel like there's, like, this inner knowing, right? Like I said, I feel the connection happening before the actual physical union, so I feel like that's going to be honored. Like, you're not just trying to hook up with just anybody. Aquarians are the kind of people that, like, you need your brain stimulated, right? You need your soul stimulated. If they're not reaching those, then they're not reaching you. You know, it doesn't matter, like, how good looking they are, how successful they are, you know, all those other things. It doesn't matter if they can't stimulate your brain, right? The brain is the most sexual organ to an Aquarius, okay? Like, if you can stimulate an Aquarius's mind and keep them intrigued, like, you got this, right? But, like, yeah, Aquarians aren't like some other signs. I don't want to just throw them under the bus, but there are some other signs that are very superficial in their connections. They're like, as long as it's a warm body, it's fine. you know, but Aquarians are very picky. Very fucking picky. The King of Wands flipped over in the deck, so I'm going to keep it. Because I feel like that's kind of where you're going, right? The King of Wands is the most attractive in the entire deck. It's the one that inspires you. The one that, I mean, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Wands, you know, I'm feeling like this is, you know, somebody who lives their personal truth and somebody that you feel you can trust. With the Three of Cups, I see a cause for celebration, or like perhaps meeting up with them at like a celebration, or like a get together, some sort of gathering. Five of Cups in reverse, this is not going to disappoint you, right? And this is also coming out of, like, you've been disappointed in the past, you've had your heart broken in the past, and you're not focusing on that anymore. You're at the perfect place for moving on, right? Like, you finally, like, healed up the wounds, got new juices flowing in the heart chakra, right? like you're feeling a bit renewed, you know? Like, you're able to look at the past and not cringe, you know? So it's, you know, there's a lot of healing that's taking place here. And with the Four of Swords in reverse, I see that this is a time of taking action, too. It's not a time to just sit around and wait, you know? It's like there's an action to be taken on your part. So let's clarify that. What action should you be taking? What? Sorry. So we have Nine of Cups in reverse, right? For the action you should be taking, and to the Ace of Wands, right? And so the way I'm seeing this is you need to let go of, like, desire, if that makes sense, for this passionate new beginning, or like let go of attachment to an outcome in order for an outcome to happen. You have to be okay with it not happening, but it will, if that makes sense. Like, for example, like, I often, like, tell my kids that, you know, when they struggle on, like, solving a problem on their homework or whatever, I'm like, step away from it, alright? Go do something else and then come back to it. That's what got me through college. Like, sometimes if you've been doing hours of homework, it's gonna fucking suck. You know, your brain's gonna be, like, you know, freaking out. And it's like, you just need to step away from something. And so, like, the same goes with problem solving in any aspect of your life. You have to, like, if you're struggling to find any answers or solutions, step away from the problem, right? If you're not getting an outcome, step away from the outcome. You don't need to focus on the outcome, focus on the work, right? And that's what I'm hearing. Focus on the work. For example, if you're about to be in a relationship, best, even if, like, you're, you know, not actively out seeking, you know, whatever, but you feel it, you feel it coming, you feel this relationship on the horizon. I mean, you're a very intuitive sign. I'm sure you know when, like, you're like, the heart chakra's waking up. Something's waking up. The beast. So you know when you're feeling activated in that way that something is on the horizon for you. The best thing to do is to be prepared for it. Right? Don't just blindly go into a connection with, somebody, even if it is your twin flame kind of connection. Like, don't blindly go into it. Go into it knowledgeable, right? Look up the red flags and boundaries and look up how to maintain healthy relationships. Look at how to not run away if you're fearful, avoidant, or whatever, Like, educate yourself on it. I know you're great at educating yourself. You're an Aquarius. And, like, here's your new hyperfixation. Learn how to be really good at love, right? And that's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. But I feel like with the right person, it would be kind of effortless, too. Like, you're not going to want to call them names. You're not going to want to demean them. You're not going to lack respect for them. You're not going to, there's just certain things. Also, it's good to train yourself up and prepare yourself. Give yourself a nice toolkit for, when relationships happen, things you can expect, how to navigate certain things, like how to talk about non-negotiables, how to sort out boundaries, how to, like, figure out, like, what their love language is, and like, you gotta navigate the playing field, and I don't even like calling it the playing field, because you're not a player dog, but, navigate it, right? Like, learn how to be really good at being with somebody else, especially if you've been by yourself for a long time. With the Hermit in reverse, it's like, now is the time to not be in solitude anymore. That's a big indicator for me. Come out of your shell, leave your comfort zone, jump into the zone, right? And it's gonna be tricky. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's never easy to learn how to navigate your feelings, right? To know, like, what amount of emotions is appropriate at what time and when to do and what to da. But, like, educate yourself on it. The worst case scenario is, you decide not to be in a connection. You still have a lot of knowledge that you can take with you for other things in life, right? This is for other, like, dealing with family, dealing with bosses, you can use these skill sets in every kind of relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be just love. So, like, these skill sets, I think, are good to learn whether or not you're looking for love. I don't feel like you're looking so much as you're attaining. I think you're attaining love, right? Like, I don't feel like you're seeking it. I feel like you're attracting it. And since you're in the energy of attracting it, at least be knowledgeable about, like, what the fuck to do when it shows up, right? Learn how to navigate those little emotions, those little big emotions. I was just thinking of that old Greg skit, where he's like, get out of my waters, and he's like, I like you, I'm gonna hurt you. What do you think of me? Make an assessment. It's like, let's avoid the hurting part. Like, let's, we are less likely to hurt somebody else. Also, when we are knowledgeable about how to handle connections, So get your informations, okay? We have the King of Cups, right? This masculine energy showing up. King of Cups is a king of love. Alright, this fool is hella in love. The King of Wands, King of Cups, like, you've ignited something in somebody. They're just like, holy shit. With the Tower in reverse, they want to build something with you, right? The Tower in the upright is all about something falling apart, and in reverse, they want to build something with you. They want to bring something together here. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, I feel like they're no longer like if they were like kind of beating themselves up or restless or in their head anxious about something, it's like I feel that is being alleviated. They're starting to think and feel more clearly. Page of Pentacles, definitely an offer coming in, dog. Or several. There's definitely an offer on the table, though, and I feel that it's going to be like, it's going to be doper than you could ever imagine. Be ready for that. Don't think about like negative outcomes. Think about like, what if it works out? What if you get all this shit? Here, let me show you. Let me show you what you're getting. What you're getting. What if you get all this? You get the love, companionship, commitment, somebody who's crazy about you, like a whole package deal, just showing up, and, like, be ready for that. Think about, like, how dope that would be, add to the visualization process of, like, what that could look like, what that future could hold, Anywho, I'm going to see what the Kali cards have to say. All these? I'm hearing yes. Okay, we're gonna read all these. Prepare for your book from Kali. Kapali. Tune into the spiritual power within you. It is beyond what society understands and can offer you. It will nourish, protect, inspire, and guide you through any troubles. If your path is diverging from your original plans or is out of sync with those around you, trust in what is happening and know that you are within Kali's care. Kalaratri. A process of profound and enduring transformation is leading you toward a powerful rebirth, right? Like I said. Free even from the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but you will emerge renewed and released. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. Don't you die on me now. Rude. Okay. Gory Debbie. Check your boundaries and affirm your right to express and receive both kindness and respect. Embrace your softer side and your ability to stand up for yourself. You are a unique being, and you do not need to conform to stereotypes. As you relax into your authentic self, the best method to accomplish what is needed shall spontaneously arise from within. Kundalini Shakti. Significant inner shifts are taking place. Energies are beginning to move in new ways. You may feel that resolution is hard to pin down at this time. Lean into unfamiliar territory with boldness tempered by patience. You will become capable of many things on many levels that you were not capable of accomplishing previously. You shall arise, a fresh path is signified. Tromanagmo. The spiritual cleansing and protective means necessary to overcome any obstacle shall be granted to you. You can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart or rising anew. Any pain that you might be experiencing now is so much less than the pain that would have taken root if certain circumstances were allowed to continue. Bhavatarini. When momentum is building, and you don't know how to stop fueling the fire or reverse the damage, Kali brings grace and freedom from negative patterning and stubborn mindsets resistant to change. Now is a powerful time for spiritual work and healing practices. She will support the work, and much growth can come from it. The storm shall be gentled, and you shall emerge unharmed. Kalika Tantrika. Kali overcomes karma, realigns us with our path when we have veered off course, reverses the momentum of negativity, and detaches draining energy cords, restoring us to full vitality. It may seem like your will is being thwarted or you are not getting what you want, but the goddess knows what she is doing. Her actions will benefit you. Trust. Vishvamata. Although you may be in circumstances that you would prefer not to be in at this time, you are actually in a position of unrealized spiritual power. You will gain benefit from what is transpiring. When the relevant learning and personal growth have been acknowledged and integrated, these circumstances will give way to a more favorable situation. Dharma of Kali. Your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established, and you are being led into it. And then the last one, Shadashi. Shadashi cleanses the soul from past hurts. Her presence indicates recovery and a reclaiming of dignity after experiences of being judged, betrayed, or criticized. If your innate being has been put down in any way, or if there has been bullying or nastiness directed toward you, Shadashi brings healing and renewal so you can rise above and lay claim to your innate beauty and worth. And that's what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I will see you later.